Now, moving on in the region, looking at, for example, India. India probably is having the most significant response in developing their own answer to both conventional ballistic missiles and land attack cruise missiles. In terms of development of their Agni 3, Agni 5, and their own version of a extended range land attack cruise missile. And so in the United States, of course, reacting similarly, both looking at, because forced to be able to do the same thing in terms of going after, defending allies and friends and our own forces, forces us also to be able to look at extended range strike capabilities. And there's a whole host of things going on, for example, like what you see in the Prompt Global Strike program. Eventually, though, 1 hour, which is sort of the theory behind the Prompt Global Strike, eventually there's going to be what could be pressure to be able to forward deploy some of these capabilities. And that leads to the conclusion. Where the Chinese, what they're doing in terms of the growth of the second artillery, filling a vacuum created by the INF Treaty, meeting the threat, or not the threat, because it's not necessarily a threat because it's capability plus intention, but meeting the challenge posed by China's growing capacity for precision strike, by necessity will require a similar sort of capability to be able to develop, but at extended range. But this is not the only answer. There are other ways that can be done in parallel, for example, by listening to, for example, to what former or Russian President Putin mentioned back in 2007 about some thoughts they've had about withdrawing from the INF Treaty, developed to be able to field their own capabilities. And before the United Nations General Assembly, you did have Putin and former President Bush making a call to make the INF Treaty global, to be able to make that a sort of a global treaty that you would get rid of all strike capabilities with a range of between 500 and 5,500 kilometers. Now, would the PRC ever agree to doing something like this? Probably not. But is it worth at least not looking at other be able to augmenting solutions by looking at ways to be able to do some sort of cooperative threat reduction? I would argue there's some merit to that. But in summary, some of the changes that are going on are significant, and to me, they're significant in the aerospace realm more than any other realm. So with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Randy.
Great.